This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Thursday, July 30th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. Continued concern over farm finances led to a third consecutive drop in farmer sentiment in June. That, according to the latest Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer. Purdue says 47% of respondents indicated high input costs as the biggest challenge facing their operation. Purdue's Michael Langemeyer.
Farmers are always concerned about commodity prices, but the current challenge appears to be focusing on the cost side of the business. When input costs remain elevated, improving profitability becomes less about simply increasing production and more about making the right management decisions around expenses, efficiency, and risk. That pressure is also influencing investment decisions.
The barometer is calculated monthly from a telephone survey of 400 agricultural producers across the country. International steel and technology company Voestalpine AG announced Tuesday it has opened its $80 million expansion of a Jeffersonville manufacturing facility, doubling production capacity for key truck components and adding 110 jobs. Gen Con will be sold out for a third consecutive year when it opens at the Indiana Convention Center today. The convention, which last year attracted more than 72,000 attendees, has been an Indianapolis staple since its arrival in 2003, with an economic impact estimated at more than $80 million. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
West Central Indiana is essential to Indiana's future. Join IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana to explore regional growth Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute for Innovate West Central Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Featuring Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders, join us at the Indiana State University Holman Center Thursday, August 13th in Terre Haute. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
State and local officials in Lafayette will cut the ribbon today on Element 26, a $19 million apartment complex designed to address a growing demand for housing there. Developed by Lafayette-based Ironman Properties, the complex brings 78 new apartment units to a long vacant property in the city's Columbian Park neighborhood. Ironman Properties last month broke ground on a $19 million project in downtown Greensburg on the site of the former Decatur County Jail. In 2024, the developer opened the Interurban, a $12.7 million complex in Delphi, billed as the largest private housing investment in Carroll County history. When Amazon Web Services announced its first new Carlisle data center project in 2024, it promised an $11 billion investment and thousands of jobs, a milestone the company has already surpassed. In a Q&A for our South Bend Elkhart Region Report newsletter, AWS head of energy and water for the Americas, Brandon Oyer, said the company has worked to show a commitment to the community.
On top of the dollar investment, we've already created 1,000 jobs. 80% of those jobs are Hoosiers. 450 of those jobs are people who live in St. Joe County. That's a material impact to the community, and we want to be a material beneficial part of the community. We're well on our way. There's been a lot of growth. We're announcing the jobs that are high paying jobs, like the average salary is $77,000 a year. So we're proud of that, but we're also developing a workforce. We have our information infrastructure pre-apprenticeship program where people can go in and start learning about data centers. Not only are we building up the business to delight our customers, but we're growing the community along with us.
This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.